Good morning again. Hope everyone's having a good long weekend. For the Easter, it's pretty crazy out there. There's traffic absolute everywhere. Gold Coast is gridlocked like always. I've heard a few people traveling around and there's more traffic than normal. Thought that was quite interesting since we've been told to stay at home if we can. So the thing in Australia keeps going. At least they helped out a bit and put fuel down. It's, what is it, 30 cents or something. It got up to $3.35 a diesel, but that's back down to $3 to $3.05. So that's a bonus. Whoever uses diesel anyway. As you can see, I'm sitting in a Tesla. I don't have to pay for fuel, so it doesn't hurt. It's 20 bucks for me to fill up, or charge anyway. And I just use superchargers. So people were saying about my car, how would I know what it's like because I've got a new car and blah blah blah. Yes, I do have a semi-new car. It's 12 months old. It's a Model 3 Tesla. I'm saving $4,000 a year on fuel and servicing, so that's a win. That's a free holiday if people didn't know. But there's so many haters out there. Oh, you think you're saving the planet, blah blah blah. No, I don't. I just want a cheap car to run. The planet's gone to shit anyway, so it's not going to help. I just rather have that extra 4,000 in my pocket than blowing it on fuel. And I know this because I've had a lot of cars. My last car was a Raptor. $150 to fill that thing before the fuel went up. Now I wouldn't even want to know what it is. It'd be at least $225, $250, if not more. No thank you. I'll keep to my $20. People were telling me to shop at Coles because Costco's a ripoff. Yes, I don't disagree. But there is a lot of things at Costco you can't get elsewhere and is cheaper. So, for example, eggs, my mince, chicken, all that stuff is actually cheaper buying it in bulk at Costco than it is going to Aldi or Coles or Woolworths. Yes, there is a few things there are more expensive and we don't buy them there. So that's why we go to Costco. There's a few people out there saying that I'm a bum, a dole bludger, I'm the problem with Australia, because in my last video I said I've got plenty of time on my hands and I'm just laying around. To clear things up there, I've got plenty of time on my hands because I actually retired. So I retired at 38, been retired for 4 years. I'm currently 42. I worked my ass off coming out of school. I made some good decisions. We own our own house. I own the car. We got no bills. And I didn't want to chase the rat race just to collect a dollar. I'd rather be relaxed, or as relaxed as you can be, and just live. Like, me and my wife travel so much. We pretty much gone from Australia 6 months of the year at least, thank God, since this place is turning into what it is. Don't get me wrong, it's still, since I'm one of the lucky ones and have our own house, car, our expenses are quite low compared to what some people are paying out there. I really don't know how people are doing it still. It's absolute mind-blowing. And I've done a little bit of research. Australia is bad, but compared to some places, it's good. I was having a look at USA housing crisis over there. In LA mainly is absolute nuts. Like, some of the numbers just came out. People are paying 85 to 95% of their wage on rent and a mortgage. How do you do that? It's like over there you can just literally chuck your keys in, say see you later, and the bank will take your house. And that's what's happening. I thought we got it bad, but the housing crisis over there, so like they get paid less than Australia. Their minimum wage is a lot lower. So, and now everything's just as expensive or more expensive. It's absolute cooked over there. I don't know how they're doing it. And as in the comments, you can see a lot of people do agree. Australia has gone to shit. A lot of people are moving to Asia, Vietnam, Hong Kong. Cost of living is a fraction of the price. I just had a mate this morning tell me he's going to Dallas. Massive houses over there for quarter of the price of in the main cities in Australia. Probably even cheaper than that. Tax is lower. Tax here is just a joke. Tax on this and tax on that. You tax your income 50%, then they tax the fuel 50%, and they tax that, and then they tax that. It's just a joke. I'm glad I got out of doing what I was doing. So I owned a few removals companies. Like I said, I worked my ass off for 20 years, and I decided I didn't want to do it anymore and just cruise. I've always been into poker, and I've traveled the world, played recreational for a bit here and there, did pretty well, and now that's pretty much all I do. And I got the flexible, so if 1 week I can do 1 day a week, I can do 4 days a week, I can go 2 months without playing. So it just, whenever I feel like it, if I'm in the mood, I'll go play. It's quite a luxury. And again, people think I'm a bum because I didn't do this or I don't do that. I don't get the dough. I don't get any benefits. So good on the keyboard warriors for that. Everyone also thinks all the immigrants are the problem. I'll probably agree as well. It's taken over Australia, but there's also a lot of racist people out there. I believe, in my opinion, that everybody is equal. So don't matter where you're from. Yes, some races are worse than others. They've got a bad name. They do bad things in their country, or whatever they do. But so does Australian. The crime rate here, the young kids breaking into everywhere, it's just a joke. But I still think everyone's equal, and I'm not racist, and I hate the comments in there that are, but again, everyone's got their own opinion. But some of them are just outright rude and think that's the only problem there is, and it's far from that. Other than that, everyone seems to agree mostly. And I saw a few people on the pension struggling in there. Yes, I really do feel for you guys. I don't know how you're doing it. I don't know. It just, yeah. I can't even speak. That's like, I don't know how they're doing it. I'm not rich, but I'm cruising around doing my thing, not struggling at the moment. It looks like it's going to get worse. Got a couple mates that earn good money, and they worried even, so that's saying something. On the Gold Coast there's a community page, and these couple put a big rant on there to explain their living crisis. So combined they earn $200,000 a year, and they said they were hurting. So the mortgage, the kids, they had 2 kids, daycare alone, like some of the prices of people putting up there, holy shit. Wonder why people don't want to work and just get the dole. Like, people paying $600 to $900 on daycare a week. Screw that. Like, just stay home. If you're working 40 hours and making $1,000 or $1,200, but paying $900 of that to school care, you're wasting your time. Just stay home with your kids, have more time with your kids, and you'll be better off. So just wanted to go for a rant on that. So I'm not a bum. Yes, I am lucky where I am. I did make some good choices, and I believe most people have the same opportunity, but most out there have bad choices. It's as simple as that. They go out on the weekend and spend $200, $300 on alcohol and smokes, and if that's what they like, it's what they like, but they're going to regret it in the long run, and then they're the ones complaining. So, you know, it's, I think most cases people do it to themselves, but again, some don't have, you know, that choice, and they are really struggling, and I do feel sorry for you guys. And it's going to get worse, unfortunately. I hope it doesn't get too much worse. And yeah, so I'm off to play poker as we speak, and then we got the long weekend with my wife, going to her parents and just chilling. So I hope everyone has a good Easter, and I'll catch up again.